My dear little brother, for as long as I can remember, you wanted to do what I did. What interested me interested you. You always followed me, copying what I did. If it was high school football and my jersey, number 2, when I graduated, you chose to wear number 2. I wanted to become an electrician, like Dad, follow in his footsteps. So I went through the apprenticeship program. You did too. But I did not understand why you wanted to be a police officer. We never talked about your experiences much because you didn't want me to worry about you. You wanted to protect me, and you did, little brother. You always looked up to me, but over the last few days, I've heard some amazing stories from your brothers and sisters in the law enforcement. They looked up to you. Honest, compassionate, hardworking, giving of yourself, loving, fearless, eager to serve others. Well, little brother, the tables have turned. It is your big brother who now looks up to you. I always did, but you today are my special hero. Your new jersey number is number 1. I will never forget the times you and I spent playing golf, laughing and joking all the way through the 18th hole and on to the 19th. I'm going to miss those special times. 2 little kids once again. We loved each other and were never shy to say so. Little brother, it's been an honor and more than an unimaginable privilege to be your brother. To be given such a priceless gift from God. I've been your big brother, but you always had my back, and I had yours. When I needed something, you were there to help. This past week, I heard repeatedly that you did the same for others as well. So many of your brothers and sisters in law enforcement want to emulate you. There are no answers to why, but I know this. Heaven is a richer place today. The only way for me to give you up, little brother, is to hold tight to the priceless memories and say goodbye. Goodbye till we meet again. Scott was also a softball coach. He was a Freedom High School assistant softball coach. Monday evening, there was a candlelight vigil for him. Coach Brooke Russo, which I know very well, held a candlelight vigil at Freedom High. Just before that morning, 3:15, there was a text from Scott to Coach Russo, and he said, "Hey, I just got back. I gotta take a nap. I gotta go to work. And in the morning, when I get home, I'll call you. And we'll get some breakfast, and I'll get to see that baby." My little brother was always reaching out. A baby celebration. It meant something to him. He never got to see Coach Russo's baby. Coach and team here. Coach Russo and his teams are here. They're out here. They're amongst us. This was the toughest last 2 weeks that my family has ever gone through. But the support that we've had from our dear friends and our new brothers and sisters has been amazing. They have taken us in. They've been there for us. And the stories that we never got to hear and they shared with us, what an honor and privilege it was to hear how Scott was. Such as one that shared something with me, that Scott was a jokester. Scott would work those late night shifts early into the morning, and he would be passed out in his desk, mouth wide open, and somebody would come and stick a donut in his mouth. That's why cops like donuts, huh? I didn't know a lot. Like I said, the things that we learned about Scott being in SWAT and all the other activities that he was so involved in, always giving himself. Such a professional. So many of you guys that looked up to him, and you'll carry that on. I know you will. I know you will. I want to encourage you. There's going to be times that we all have bad times, and I know I've been there. There might be an argument, and we go off to work mad. Never let that go. Hold that dear one that loves you. Tell him you love you. There's no argument. There's small little matters. These people love you. Go out there and do what you need to do to serve. And put that aside. Lives on the line. It's really true for brothers and sisters in law enforcement. Lives on the line, each and every day. Routine traffic stop. No such thing as a routine traffic stop. I think that'll all echo in all of you. It'll never be the same. Scott did everything, from what I hear, perfect. It was meant to be. Scott was careful. He was not a cowboy. Well, maybe he was. Minister. I'll bet you didn't know that Scott was a minister. Yes. And so are all of you. The Bible says you are ministers of God for good. The community does not always recognize that. Ministers of good for God. Thank you. And this community thanks you. We all thank you for what you do each and every day to protect us, to police, to take care of us, that we may rest assured that we can sleep at night. I salute you. Scott loved being a cop. He gave. And he gave. And he gave some more. All give some give all. Scott now joins the ranks of those of your brothers and sisters who have given all. In conclusion, and now as God says, be of good courage. You are ministers of God for good. As you leave here, my prayers for you is that you do so with courage and confidence in the memory of my little brother and your brother, Sergeant Scott Paul Lunger, and all your other fallen brothers and sisters. Shay, my wife, and I will be praying for you more earnestly. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for your service. This morning when I was getting up, I don't know who brought it, but it's so true for my family. And I'm going to keep that precious to me. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but I know who holds tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you for what you do. And thank you for everyone being here and honoring my little brother. Thank you very much.